Hi all, Hal here with more Space Engineers, and we have gotten a little bit done. I'll walk you through what we've got going, what the plan is, and yeah, we'll see where we get to today. First, we have to get started, so let's go. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome back. And what we are doing, or what we have been doing, is basically letting Bob run through the night. And we've brought up a couple of temporary Bobs, which we'll eventually replace once we get everything piped in. I haven't gotten everything done yet, but I did want to get enough going so that you could see what the idea was. And I think that we have enough built out here that you can get a pretty good idea what we're going to do with this whole thing. Yeah, clear that out for you. So happy Wednesday. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day. If you are in the US, hopefully you have either today off or getting out of your work or school early. Tomorrow and Friday, Turkey Day, all day, every day. Oh, if you're not one of the people fortunate enough to be celebrating a, well, let's just call it a tribute to gluttony. Oh, I hope you're having a fantastic week as well. So, yeah. Let's see, what we've got going on down here is, we were talking about last time, having basically like a small taxiing area. So what you'll end up with is, you'll have a pressurized hangar. You'll be able to bring your vehicle out. You have a small staging area. We're going to get some lines and everything painted up on here. I'm going to look for some surface texture mods, see if I can find anything that I like. Mostly it's probably going to be just straight coloring, maybe, because there used to be a mod that allowed you to paint like half blocks. It was effectively a block, but what it did is it would give you a surface texture that you could rotate, and I'm not sure if that thing is still a thing or not. We're gonna have to go looking for it, but yeah. Oh, it's been a lot of work. Alright, so what we're going to do today is, as you can see, I've already put in the plates that we needed for this. So our second hangar is technically done. It's just now it's going to have to, actually, it might be completely done. Yeah, it is completely done. That's a rather awesome thing. Look at you. Alright, so what we're going to need to do is I now need to pipe in supplies to this hangar, and then we will need to repeat that process for this one. And I'm thinking what I might do is something like what I've done here. These are actually half blocks, because when we placed the original base, we wanted it so that the block was basically sitting on the surface. Well, half blocks don't do, well, they will, but, you know. So if you do something like this, you can get them to sit flat on the surface, but it's not really there. So what we're doing is, when we placed that first block, we were able to get it positioned in such a way that it actually worked out really well to give us a nice finished surface close to the ground, so there's not a whole lot of area for vehicles to stick on. So that actually worked out pretty well. I'm gonna head over here really quickly because I want to drop off a few things of materials. I think all of this should be good. Yes, okay. So that that runway that you see running down the middle, and that's what this is going to be, is that this is the runway area. And if you notice, I did make it wide enough. It's 21 blocks wide, with this being the middle. And what we will do is once everything else is welded up, we'll come back out, you know, we'll get our initial lines painted up for the edging and everything. This is actually set up so that it'll be yellow when it comes in, right? And I'll probably come through and break that up with like every 3 blocks and then do a white block, then 3 blocks and a white block. And that way you get the dotted line down the middle. And then we will have, I don't know, yeah, like I said, I'm gonna see if I can find that surface mod. Man, I hope I can, because I'd like to have this be the thick line, and then you have a couple of smaller thin lines that run down parallel to it. We'll see. Alright, but eventually this will all be filled in. And the idea is, like I said, it's not meant really for like an orbital shuttle. Well, I guess you could if the shuttle had wheels. But it's meant for use with the atmospheric mod, basically. And, you know, it looks kind of interesting, or hopefully it'll look kind of interesting when it's done. But we do need to get all of this up and running. Man, this was a large build. It's not as big as the Behemoth was, but we are going to spend some time working on this, probably for the next, I don't know, 3 or 4 episodes. We'll work on the base. I'm going to be doing most of the actual fill-in stuff like this off camera. We'll let Bob, because that way I can just let Bob run. Oh, that's bad. I'm on the ground. Oh, no, it doesn't count. Interesting. I thought it was going to count me standing on those blocks as being on the ground, but apparently, no. Okay. Even better. Look at that. Let's get us a T600 there. Anybody else over here? Doesn't look like it. Alright. Take a quick walk around here. Alright, so we still haven't taken the new shuttle out yet, so I was thinking we might do that while everybody's working down here. Make sure everything is working for well enough to get into and out of orbit. Like I said, I am curious to see if, when it's fully loaded, if we're going to have enough lift. And you know what? I'm thinking we may be able to go ahead and just put on 2 more of those large thrusters. Because it's not like we have a huge power issue with it. I mean, we've got 8 large reactors on the damn thing, so... yeah. I'm just going to go ahead and grab some plates and do that. We don't need many. It's just those. That works. Okay. We do also have to put some ice on there so that we have O2 so we don't kill ourselves while we're out and about. So we are going to turn those thrusters on. Let's unlock the landing gear. Does seem to be hovering. Okay, that's good. And we are going to grab, you know what? As a stage 2. Do I want to put a stage 2? I'm wondering. I'm kind of curious. I am curious. I want to know. Alright, so how much power is that taking right now? Okay, so it's taking roughly 10% of our power, right? If we put this one on there, I'm curious. I want to see how much power this thing takes. Oh, that is a huge difference. Alright, so I think what we're going to do is let's set this beast. We're going to grind that off really quick. And what we're going to do is we're going to set this thing down. Actually, I wonder if we do... yeah, you're far enough forward. And what we're going to do is we're going to replace I'm going to secretly replace your morning coffee with highly caffeinated rocket fuel. Alright. And if we take this out, I'm probably going to repaint these as well. In fact, we're going to repaint those so that you know to avoid them at all costs. Alright. Kind of curious to see now if we do. So 2 of those are a hell of a lot of thrust. Okay. That's good to know. Look at you. Yes, I am liking this. Okay, so that we know that that's probably safe. Alright, and we want to have all of our thrusters in a group. Actually, we're gonna delete that. We see nothing here. Alright. And we're going to name it Thrusters. And not Thirsters. Okay, so we got that. Turn everything off, turn everything on. We want none of this here. We're going to go in here. We're going to grab our group. Replace the one that we had there with the toggle on off. Make sure that works. Everything's turned off. Yes. Yes. Okay. And since you guys are level 2 as well, or version 2, let's go. All right. You know what? I might just do that with all of them. I'm kind of liking the way that that's looking. Because it is a mining system, you know. It's an industrial ship. So yeah, let's go ahead and add a little bit of orange in there. International safety orange. Actually, international safety yellow, I think is what the actual proper name is. Okay, so that's going to be interesting when it's done. So I think that if we do, we'll paint the whole thing white. Paint the thrusters this safety yellow. Still need to add the mod in for the LCDs. Once I have that in here, we'll add LCDs on the front of this thing. Yeah, I think this is going to be good. And what we'll do is this part here, these little half triangles, I think we're going to paint those black. Maybe silver, I don't know. And we still need to put a connector on this thing. Thinking we might do, I don't know, we could do a bottom connector. We are only unloading, should only be unloading ore, maybe parts if we happen to find the signals. Actually, did you ever finish up down there? Antenna's done. You're done. Okay. Let's hop in here really quick. What we want to do is we want to grab our ore detector. And we're going to have this thing crank its range all the way the hell up. But we're going to turn it off for right now. Oh, we want all blocks. Ore detector, get your butt over here. Toggle block on and off. We want to set, I don't think I set Bob up in a group in here, did I? Nope. So we're going to do that. Bob should only be picking up. You should be pushing all of this. So what I'm going to do is no, I guess I could leave Bob set up to repair ourselves as well. Yeah, we'll leave it like it is for now. He's in walk mode. We want him to be in fly mode. We want him to disable gravel and stone collection. That should be good. Now, if this thing works out well, what we're going to do, and one of the reasons why I've got it built this way, is that if it works out, we're going to scale it up. We'll make a large grid version of the same ship, which is going to be rather massive. I'm actually tempted. Do I want to do that? I might do that. I don't know. So the original idea was that we would do this as a test to make sure this thing works okay. Take it up into space, make sure, no problems, and then we would bring it back and start doing resource gathering for a scaled up version of this. But I'm thinking, if we are going to take this thing into space and we're going to scale it up. I'm wondering, because we'd been talking about doing the orbital platform, basically building something like right at the edge of the gravity well of the planet and using that as staging. So I'm thinking maybe take the parts up to start building, like say 2 refineries and like 6 assemblers or something like that. And we just start shuttling up resources. And we do some mining in space, bring those resources back, process it, and start building that base. And then once we have the beginnings of an orbital base, then we build the scaled up version of this, and we make it big enough to have some habitation on it. That could. And then that way we'd be able to take it out and go do other things, not just mining with it. Alright, I'm gonna ask for feedback. You know the routine. Down in the section below, drop your feedback. Let me know what you think about the idea, and if you have a different idea, feel free to throw that in there as well. Alright, so it looks like you are mostly welded over here. We do need to figure out how are we going to do this. I think because this is for flyers. Turn the light on. I think we need to get light in here is what I think we need. How do we want to do it? I'm thinking not to put a connector on the ground this time. I'm thinking we're going to do a connector at the top. Yeah. Oh, I know what we can do. I know exactly what we can do. Let me see. What do we have with button panels on it? So... okay, I don't have the parts I need. Alright, so we talked about doing this before. And I'm probably going to regret doing this. But I'm thinking we're going to do a piston connector. And what I'm thinking is we are going to put you there. I think you're mostly in the middle, right? Whoop, wrong button. Yeah, if you're not in the middle, you're damn close. Let's see. 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep, you're in the middle. Okay. That worked out pretty well. And what I'm thinking here is we do... I'm going to need... Do I have interior plates now? I do have a couple interior plates. Okay, so let's... We're going to reorganize some of this stuff. Grab our conveyor block. We want a connector as well. And we're going to change up our paint really quick. We're just going to go with the default. Well, generic white, I guess, would be. Alright. And we want you to be... there, I guess? And there. All right. So what this does is this gives us a little bit of flexibility as to where things are going to be connected. If we need a standard height, we can always run conduit off the sides here. And what I'm thinking is we're going to pipe this in through the roof. Might pipe it in through the wall. I haven't decided yet. I mean, we could even run this from the floor up, but having it here, what this allows us to do is if we're sitting here, we can say, okay, we know it's there, so we can go, you know, bring it down, stop, have it switch lock, you know. So this will be basically reverse. This will be all stop, and then switch lock over here on 4, and we leave 3 open so that we don't run into a problem. And the reason I'm thinking have this set to reverse is because we'll set it to a very slow speed. When you hit all stop, it's going to be wherever you hit here, you hit this, and it'll basically flip its rotation, figure out where we need to go for, or extension rather, figure out what the max distance is for this thing, set it so that it's, you know, like 1 meter short of whatever it is before it hits the ground here. Yeah. I think this is going to work. Okay. And see if I did it in the ground. Maybe we'll do the other one on the ground and see which way we like it better. All right, so now it's just basically getting it all hooked in. So what we'll do is off camera, I'll turn the bobs off, basically grind these down so I can identify which ones are which. Of course, this is the only piston in the grid, so it should be fairly straightforward for that aspect at least. What are you? You are actually welded up. Why don't you look? Oh, because they changed it. Okay. All right. So that is going to be the supply system. And before I start digging through the ground, let's go. Here, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what I was saying here is we could, I don't know, if I do it from the ground, it means I have to put the blast, excuse me, I have to put the blast door blocks in, which we can do. That's not a problem. But if I do it from the roof, I don't have that. I don't have to do that level of detailing on it. Because what will end up happening is that if I want to do those blocks, I have to move it here. Let's go ahead and grab those. Alright, so it's going to go like so. And we want invert corner. Going to be an invert corner there. It's going to be corner there. Okay. Alright, and then what that will allow us to do is we basically will build a system down below here where the piston will sit. And I want it to sit, hopefully, so that when it's fully retracted, it'll sit here where the connector is basically sitting just above the surface. Alright, I think that's 3 blocks it has to go down for it. 1, 2. So it's 2 blocks there. Okay. So the 3rd block down, so 4 blocks is what we're looking at depth-wise. The added bonus on this is that if we do it this way, all of the feeds in here, all the supply lines are completely underground. There's nothing exposed, so you're not as likely to destroy it by accident. I mean, it's always possible. Alright. Stop and think about, are we really doing this? Okay. Oh, is that silicon? I hope that's silicon and not uranium. I just... Oh, Bob picked it up, whatever it was. Okay. So the pistons... I'm going to go here. Actually, you are the... Okay, yeah, that's right. Oh, damn it. Alright. Right, no, not I have armor block. We want full armor block. Thank you. So that's going to be 1, 2... So the piston will sit there. So then you need to go here. That is a block. Alright. So now if we do this correctly, or if we did this correctly, I should say. You go there. Alright, so is that because I'm... Yeah, it's because I'm blocking it. Okay. Alright, so with that... Ooh, sorry about that. Ooh. Smacking all sorts of stuff today. Oh, it needs to come up 1 block. Because what will happen is if I try to do this here... 7. Right. See, it's not going to let me do that because it's sitting too far down. It's basically trying to catch into the ground, so this whole thing has to come up 1 block. Wow. Well, that was a bit of an experience. Okay. And let's go ahead and take some of this out. Come on. There you go. Alright, now if we do that there, now we can do that and that. So since we turned it sideways, right, should be okay. Alright. And what we'll do is we'll get the parts over here to get all of this welded up. And we'll give it a little bit of a try. But I do think that that's going to do it for us today. I want to thank you all for stopping in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun hanging out with you and getting to chat. I want to thank you for stopping in. If you enjoyed it, make sure you hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to throw them down in the section below. And if you are new to the channel, haven't done so already, or just want to do something nice today, hit the subscribe button. And if you really enjoyed it and want to be kept up to date, be sure to ring the bell as well. That way you will always know when the newest content is coming out. And it also helps the channel to grow, but more importantly, it lets me know you're enjoying the content, and well, that's what I'm here for. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you all have a fantastic day if you are having your Thanksgiving dinner this week, and hope you enjoy it, that it's a safe and happy time for you, your friends, and family. And for everybody else, well, I hope you have a fantastic week as well. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. All right. Let's get this thing set up to see where its boundaries are. Yes?